What's up, everybody? Peacekeeping. If you guys, we are going to be recapping our war. Well, not really recapping, but I just tripled the number one base, as I said in the last video. That you guys will probably see where I did my first attack in this war. I didn't go as planned, I would say. I ended up getting a 69% 2-star. I can't remember what I did use. Yeah, I ended up using Gold. I didn't think the Gold was best on that base. When I look back at it, no, but I just tripled the number one base with the attack strategies I was going to use. So in the last video, like I said, I was going to use Hybird on this base, and I ended up, and it was the best choice as well. As you guys can see, they were all ground balls, and I know when you normally see all ground balls, you would think of air, but I thought to myself that I could triple this with Hybrid, and I tripled it with Hybrid. So you guys can see on this base, when I looked at it first, I wanted to hybrid out the Town Hall, but I changed my mind because first thing, I did not have Sneaky Goblins. If I had Sneaky Goblins, I would have gone directly to Town Hall. I would have used two here, two here, two here, two here. Use the queen, drop the queen here. I would have taken out the baby dragon in my camp that I would have just because of this problem. So I would use two Sneaky Goblins here, two here, two here, two here. I would have dropped I would have dropped my baby dragon and probably use something else. And I would drop my queen here. I would wall break wherever she go. I would wall break in here, and then I would use my headhunter on the queen. On the king. Sorry. Drive the queen through this compartment. Take out the town hall. Take out the sweeper. These two bulls as well. It's gonna be tough for the queen, but I think it would be really tough. So the queen would have to use her ability to get through the two ground bulls, two scatters, enemy queen, then this single here as well, which would have been the breaking point for me and not being able to get the CC troops out. Then the king would have come. The king would have been in this compartment, and then keep working his way down due to this small area. So it would have been this arch tower, cannon, bow. All of this would have been out. Well, these three defenses would have been out as well. These three, if the queen did take them out, so it would have been a weird line for the hybrid. So the hybrid would just run through this cannon, through the center compartment. The king would have to run down this compartment as well. So the hybrid would have been a little wider as well. So we did from this cannon to the arch tower. So it'd be running from a pretty wide angle as well. So I'm going to show you guys what I ended up doing. Not having sneaky goblins. I still think it would have worked if I had ran with the Town Hall spell. The Queen Charge with the Town Hall spell. But I think this one went really well. So we're going to go through it here really quickly. So you can see what I had. Two archers, like a standard hybrid. Like a standard hybrid comp, honestly. With the two archers, three war breakers, two balloons. You could drop another wizard and an archer to bring another balloon. I would advise it, honestly. It really helps to find secret air mines, and even if you need to drop two balloons on a defense, you can. Two wizards, five healers, standard, a baby dragon, 20 miners. You could drop some more hawks, bring more miners or whatever you feel comfortable, especially what the base is telling you. And then I bring now one headhunter. You could bring two, and you could drop a baby dragon as well. You just use the baby dragon to help funnel the queen. Siege Brats with hogs, Maxi Rose, says the world champion. I normally bring two heals, three rages, two freezes, poison. You could drop a rage as well and bring another heal depending on how much value you're thinking to get. But I bring three rages especially to keep my queen alive. So we're gonna go through it here really quickly and what I did and why I did it. So what I did, try to be dragon over on the 12 o'clock side. I say 12 o'clock because I think as the whole top side of the base is 12 and then run around. So it'd be here would be like 12 or 1. So 12, 1, and then just come around 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you go around like that. So I drop the queen on the top hand. I drop the dragon on the 12, 1 o'clock side. Drop the queen as well. Drop a wizard over here. And I drop the baby dragon over here because we're more put together buildings, and the wizard could be able to take out like two buildings because I wanted to call the baby dragon more, and I think the baby dragon would have got more out. So the wizard, I draw the war breaker early, and you say I draw the balloon to help for look at seeking your mines and even tank the arch tower. and the single. So the queen is going to come in, and I'm going to let her take some few shots. The single is going to run out now, and then I freeze. I didn't freeze too early or freeze too late. Scatter to track comes out, and I'm not going to use another spell because I know the single is low, and the queen is going to get through it really easily. So you can see these two gumbos are going to be able to interact with the queen pretty quick, pretty soon. And I drop a wall breaker and a balloon as well. I dropped the wall breaker because if the queen wants to come into this compartment, she can, and I would always have to drop another wall breaker to help with this compartment. But this compartment here is closed off as well, so the wall breaker would have been pretty sketchy. So if the queen wanted to come into here, she could. I would just have to start my hybrid really early due to this single target. The queen took, so the two buildings that was actually pretty key, as she ended up taking those out and she walked down, which was not bad also. But in this part, I should have dropped the rage earlier when I dropped this wall breaker, because this scatter is involved, this bow is involved, this bow is involved, this cannon is involved. So 1, 2, 3, 4 point defenses are on her. Um, so the scatter took its shot and then it raged, which was bad because the queen had a power ability. If the queen died here, it would have been bad for me. So that's another thing I need to work on using my rages early, better, safer than later. So the queen powered ability, I dropped the poison. She got through the pots pretty quickly with the witch as well. I dropped the king. I knew there was going to be a tether farm here. That's why in a way I didn't want to drop the queen here, but I thought I could have got through it easy. But I decided to drop the king and the siege barracks over here instead of the king by itself and dropping the siege barracks up here. So the king is gonna work. I dropped the headhunter as well just to get through the king faster instead of using it for the queen. So the king is gonna come down. He did exactly what we wanted him to do. While the pecker walked up. The queen is still working on the pups. I still have a rage for a spell for her, which is a good thing. So I brought the king's ability. King is gonna run down exactly where he's supposed to be. The headhunter ended up pulling a skeleton trap, which is totally fine. Um, the P.E.K.K.A is working up, which is good. I still have a weird spell for the queen, like I said. I still have a freeze for her. I dropped the hybrid early because I know I have to interact these two scatter shots early. So instead of me using a spell, which would have been a heal spell, I ended up using the Warden's ability because it's going through two of the scatter shots, and I raid spell the queen as well. So instead of using a spell, it's better to use Warden's ability early, especially if you're going into two scatters and the queen as well. So King did his job. He didn't get all the way down, but it was good. I now healed. I then healed now because of the equal artillery and the bomb tower with the scatter as well. So this was a better area to use the heal instead of using the heal on the Taha and then the Warden's ability. So the queen is working through. So the queen is still alive. Queen doesn't have ability, but she's only being hit by 1 point defense. I have to last freeze instead of using it on an eagle. I use it on the single because I didn't want to pop the Royal Champion's ability too early. The Royal Champion is being targeted by the eagle now, but I think it's better to use the freeze on that single when the Royal Champion is being targeted than the eagle. So I then pop her ability, and you can see with the queen still being alive, the queen can now take up the eagle, and she took out the scatter. She took out a lot to still be alive, and you can see we ended up getting the hybrid triple on the #1 base. But that is it. This is the army, and if you did get a good few pointers, I am glad. Just know my thought process on how I hit bases and why I hit it that way. We are 22 to 21, so hopefully we can win this war. My base hasn't been hit yet, so hopefully it could hold. But that is all we have for this video. Hope you guys did enjoy it, and I will see you guys next time.